7 p.m. Yeah, there you go. Another Friday. Is it just me or just are the weeks just going by like
they're flying, man?
Like lightning?
It's
Jeez.
Yeah.
What is going on, people? Welcome to another show. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you.
We were just talking just before we went on air. Because that's what we do. We talk.
Or we try.
What a week, huh?
Yeah.
It's weird. It was like...
This week was challenging, I have to say.
And it hadn't... It wasn't because we had like extra work. It was just a lot of different little things that kind of mixed in together.
It was a lot of extra things that added to our daily routines, I think.
Yeah.
Like in my case, I got pulled from different angles.
You know, having the kids at home and...
It's a blessing. I enjoy it.
It is great, but sometimes...
There are certain weeks, and this is one of them. Like our son in particular had 3 tests and a project, and helping him organize the notes to study.
That's crazy.
Studying with him, and it just adds, right? And then our daughter also had 2 or 3 assignments that she required a little bit of assistance with. And all of
and
those
then you
things,
still have to help me out as well, and you're like the jack of all trades here, and I kind of feel bad because
it's fine. But you see, what I do, helping my work, my job, whatever, that's part of my routine, which I'm used to even here at home now. Now that we have this new normal going on, the lockdowns, whatever, it's these extra things they're not a big deal, but there's so many of them that when you put them together,
they add up, and that's the whole thing. It's so, like, you know, when you keep adding up, you know, another little piece to the puzzle and another little piece to the puzzle, and then
so I hear you. Like I've
just
seen,
becomes like that, right? It just becomes really busy.
Yeah, I've seen comments online of Facebook, Instagram, a little bit everywhere, where people are complaining, parents are complaining, saying, "What is it? Why are we so tired? I can't keep up." Don't worry, we're all on the same boat.
We're all in the same boat, and you know, and we're crazy in here because what do? We added another layer of work to us, even though it's not really work. It's not really a client's project. It's not our. No. I would say it's our own little fun, quote unquote, project that we're doing, right?
Yeah.
And so essentially, what we're doing is we have. I'm getting some notifications here, so I'm gonna have to switch off. I forgot to switch it off. So I was saying we decided to do I always put it in air quotes because I don't feel like it's a show. For me, a show is like what you're used to on TV, that kind of thing. But I'm guessing that this is the new thing, right? The shows can be now on Facebook, can be on YouTube, can be in whatever you want them to be. And
that's the beauty of it,
and it's great. So we decided to start doing this in a more serious note in Portuguese. So now we have to switch our brains from Portuguese to English. Other. Watch me halfway through start speaking Portuguese here to you guys. But the thing is, you know, it's a project that started out of the passion we both have for our culture, our language, and the podcast show, radio / whatever you want to call it. And the fact that we kind of felt that need to go back to our roots and to speak our native language, which is Portuguese. That's the language that's our mother tongue, right?
And exactly. And the thing is, for me in particular, I have, and you've had it too. Like we've had projects where we do that in English. For me, it's usually through teaching, but where I give a taste of Portugal, and not just in food, right?
For sure.
But the culture and everything for those that want to learn the language. And I've had a few adult learners but it's beyond that. And I think sometimes it's within your own group that you also need to do. It's almost like this show, right? You cater to a certain group of people. And there was a need for that.
Yeah,
and I felt like
when it comes
crazy,
to when it comes to where we're streaming and how we're streaming things, one of the decisions that we kind of came down to was, listen, our Facebook group is, I would say, most of it from a Portuguese background.
Our
personal stuff, right?
Yeah.
So when we were deciding, okay, where are we going to do this and how are we going to do this new show, we kind of started it off on Facebook.
And we didn't want to mingle it with this one because this is its own show, right?
And then there's the other thing is that this is the same studio. I mean, we don't have 2-3 studios. We could turn things around, and I was actually trying to do that. But to be honest, yesterday I was scratching my head so much. The reasoning is, you know, we do have the right angles. We do have quite a few angles that we could use, and we might eventually use in the future. I just got to get longer cables. That's the bottom line. Because this is the thing. I mean, it's a studio that we built for our own thing, so it's not a high-end professional studio. I mean, it looks good. I'm not saying it doesn't look good, but you know, you don't have the extra 20 feet of cables going on and things like that, so that I can move things freely all over the place. But we'll get there. We'll get them cables, and we'll try to figure things out. But my bottom line is that, you know, it could get confusing to some people why we're streaming two exact looking things, and then on one we're speaking Portuguese, the other one we're speaking English,
and we're talking about
completely different things. So the Creative 7, this one here is, you know, brands, marketing, video, podcasting.
It's what Creative 7 about,
what Creative 7 does. The other one is really about anything to do with our culture, with things that are going on.
Tourism,
we talk about a lot of stuff.
Food.
So we decided,
like a guide, right?
Let's keep the Portuguese into the Facebook, and let's keep all the English stuff, all the Creative 7 into our Creative 7 YouTube channel. And this is why we're only streaming to this one from now on. Probably in the future, we'll start streaming it to the actual Creative 7 Facebook page, but we're going to decide how we're going to do that. But for right now, we're going to keep it over here at the YouTubes, and we'll continue like that. So what we're going to do now is going to continue with the show, because otherwise we're just going to be blah, 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 about what we're going to do, what we've been doing, and all of that. So let's get into the news. Are you ready?
Let's go for it.
All right. I got a different setup.
I like it.
It's a different. It's better. It's a better setup, I think. Now with the with having the monitor, I was thinking in Portuguese right now. My brain. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but now we have the monitor right here in front of us, so it's a lot easier for us to see what's going on. We have a preview of what's going on to the interwebs, and we also have our the browsers right in front of us, so that we can check. We even have the comment section right over there. If anybody is watching and wants to comment, just comment.
I have to say, I really like it, because now I don't have in my brain to think, okay, it's over there that I need to look to see if things are on.
Well, it all started because of that. Because last week we had a guest. We had Michael Costa in our studio, in our virtual studio. He was coming in through Zoom, and I had him on the main monitor on this side, and I kept seeing you.
I kept looking
over there, but we should look over here. So now that we have the camera just above the monitor, it makes us, remember that we need to look that way. So that's pretty cool. It's all of these micro adjustments, and the only way that you can do this is really just doing it. And for a lot of clients of ours and friends that are getting into doing their own video production stuff, you don't need all of this. We've got a lot of stuff going on here, and the reason why we do, it's not because we really, really need to have this, is because we have it. And once you have it, why not use it? That's my bottom line, right? Mm-hmm. And it brings a better value to the production side of things.
Absolutely.
And I think, the video quality is good. The audio quality is good. And I mean, again, you have it.
Have you done a live on all the gadgets you have, all the things?
No, and you know what? I've been wanting to do it for a while, and but the reasoning is what I was going to say. The more that we've been doing it, it's like every single week I have something new that I add on, or that I change, or that I just move things around just to make it work a little bit better. And that's kind of the advice I always give my clients, is like, start doing it with your laptop.
Yeah.
It's got a camera, start doing it there. And then, you know what? Buy a better camera and hook that up and see how that works. And then you got used to that, now get a microphone. And then keep adding little pieces every single time you do a video, and do it consistently, like every week. By 6 months, you're gonna have a good production area going on, because then you're gonna add on the lighting, and then you're gonna add on the monitor, and then like all of these little pieces. But hey, you can do it straight from your laptop. We actually did that Portuguese show. We did it the first ones.
Yeah.
The first ones, because we didn't even think we were gonna make a show out of that. We honestly just switched it on and started talking to people that were kind of coming in. And it kind of evolved from there. But we did it strictly from the laptop. And it works.
Good. It looked really
good.
It
looks good, and it works. And hey, if you're not going to be bringing in guests or trying to show this and trying to do the other thing, it works. So
but
that's
then
just
you
my
can
piece.
have all of these things.
Or you can hire us and we have everything for you. Just call the number below and we'll get to you. No, there's no number below. But you know where we are if you needed anything. So let's move on to the news section. I've changed things around a little bit. Let's see if it works. Woo, it works. Yay. All right. So first news is a very cool subway station.
Oh, this is a subway station.
Exactly.
Oh, Metro line. Look at that. Yeah.
Yes. So this is in China, in Chengdu.
Chengdu's. Oh
I'm so good with names, it's not even funny. But look at the architecture, the interior design. I don't know what you call this, but it just looks.
This is awesome.
Like we're in the future. Honestly,
and it's now that you actually see the signs pointing at it, but like when I first looked at it,
it doesn't look like
I didn't. No. Yeah. Now I see it, right? But wow.
Well, let me just mention that the city where this is located in Chengdu, it's a city of 16 plus million people.
God. That's crazy.
Some
countries do not have that population.
It's insane.
One city alone. Oh my God.
So you know what? I'm guessing that this gets used a lot.
Say so.
And they decided to kind of just spruce up the place. And the cool thing is that they were always trying to make it look very organic, right? And using all of these futuristic materials.
But preserving local culture. I like that idea.
Yeah. So there's 13 of these in their subway system that have this new design, and man, it looks so good. But I'm guessing when this is packed with people, you might not get the same effect.
I was going to say, you don't even see how beautiful it is.
But look at this. Everything is so aesthetically pleasing. I mean, from a design perspective, I would love to go there and I would hope I could see this like this with not having people around, but I don't think it's going to be an option at all. Wow. But look at this. Like, it is... And it's fully automated. So like all of the gates, all of the entrances, exits, all of this stuff is all automated. Look at this. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Like it looks like a tree.
Yeah.
And you have the information there, the map and the all of that stuff. Even the floors, if you look at the floors, it's emulating. Yeah. It's almost like a shadow.
Yeah.
From the tree branch that they have on the top, right? That's a pretty cool idea.
That is very cool.
And so what they did with all of these stations is they essentially kept that same look to them, and they changed a couple of the colors or a couple of the little items to it, so that I guess as you're going, in your little train ride, which one is your station. If you get off on the green station, to get off on the green station. You know what I mean?
That was very smart.
Yeah, it's smart. They kept the consistency, so the look is all the same. So you're traveling. Imagine traveling throughout all of these stations. You're in that system. You know that you're in that system because it looks exactly the same throughout. But you now have like these visual clues, which are the colors, which tell you which station you are, right?
Yeah. See, like I'm thinking, for example, here in Toronto, they announce the station where
I'm sure they announce it there too.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. But there's nothing else, right? And every station looks like all the other ones. Like there's no.
They do have like the tiles are a different color.
Yes.
We've got the That station, I barely go on to
the
TTC.
museum.
The museum station
different.
is different.
One is gorgeous, and I wish all of them had that.
Yeah, and now the newer
too, right?
stations that they're rebuilding and all of that kind of stuff, they do have a different look to them.
Yeah.
So now I guess.
But what I'm saying is, like, especially the older line, yes, the tiles may be different, but I can count at least 4 different ones that have the same green.
Yeah, but you know what I'm noticing
cool.
with this versus what we have here in Toronto right now on the older stations.
Yeah.
I don't know about the new stations because I haven't been
there, yeah.
But the old stations, they're very claustrophobic. I mean, we felt the same thing in Paris when we were there. That was extremely claustrophobic. They're small. It's like everything is like tight.
They have an awesome subway system that connects the city everywhere, but yet.
Well, I don't think they were expecting the population to grow so much and to have that use.
It
now
was very claustrophobic.
When you look at this, it doesn't feel like you're underground.
No,
right?
not
It
at
feels
all.
like it's so spacious. It's high ceilings. That's cool.
Yeah,
right?
that is really nice.
Now look at the detail that they went to get. So look at the lights, and they went to get this from inspired from nature. So you see what I'm saying here? So they went to get those little cocoons, so the lights look like that.
Yeah.
And on this one, they went to get the flower so the station looks like that flower.
Wow.
This is an awesome project. You know what? If we ever end up going to that side of the globe, I'm definitely going to check this out. I think it's quite cool.
But this is way more advanced than what I'm going to say now. But it reminds me a little bit of some stations in Lisbon that are galleries, art galleries.
Yeah, but that's a different type of thing. It's
Exactly,
like a gallery.
Yes,
I agree.
it's like they're art galleries that were, if I'm not mistaken, designed by university students that were doing art and architectures and all of that.
To look into that.
And at the time, it was like, wow, this big thing. But now when I look at this, it's like, whoa.
I know.
This is awesome.
Well, speaking of Lisbons, and you didn't read anything. You just dropped in. She just got, we're doing that? Okay, let me sit down.
It was one of those weeks that today I had no
She
time.
sat down and she goes, how's my hair? Is it okay? All right, let's do this. So you don't even know what the next story is.
No clue.
It's a photography story. So a photographer, guess where? In Lisbon.
Oh,
yes.
wow.
So this guy plays with perspective in all the composition of the pictures. So we were actually there 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Beautiful.
He's using perspective to add on to the pictures. Look at that.
I admire these people. Who thinks of these things?
You know,
This is brilliant.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm gonna start doing this stuff. I'm gonna steal his ideas and try to be creative.
This is brilliant.
Look at that. So I want to say his name because I think he deserves it. He's a Lisbon-based. That's his name there. Hugo Suíças, which is kind of uncommon as a Portuguese name, I have to say. Says the guy that has an uncommon Portuguese name.
That is not common at all.
That is not common. But look at this one.
Look at that.
I mean, I was there.
It even has
sort of an
optical illusion to it, right?
I was there. I didn't think about that.
This is so beautiful.
The guy's smart. The guy's he gets it. Look at this one. This one is so funny. Yeah. That is so smart.
Really
honestly, some people are just creative, and you know what? I have to. that one's funny. That one's funny. The guy just looks like he's riding a bike, but that's not a bike. That's not a bike, people.
So he just look at that.
That is cool.
He just went around Lisbon and just
took pictures. And on this one, I guess the thing is he's looking down.
Yeah, but you can tell, like you can see a little bit of top of his
head. the head, but it kind of acts like a neck.
Wow.
Here he just added something to it. I'm not quite sure about that one. Another one that he just took off his head. I mean, and
wow.
You see this all the time. Did you ever think about doing that? No. This is what I call about being creative. This is what it is. That one I found funny. Like, boo!
That is
jumping. Anyways, if you guys want to check all of this out,
great.
it's on the website called mymodernmet.com. And you can find this.
Wow.
This is pretty cool. Like,
Yeah.
he's got amazing pictures here. If you guys want to see this in more detail in your own time without seeing me scroll this thing up and down really quick, you can go check it out there.
Oh, this is the new bridge, I think.
Is
it's
it?
the longest bridge walking in the world. 2.5 kilometers.
I don't know.
How long?
I have no idea.
I know it's the
No
longest
idea.
one in. Is it this one? I think it's this one. Could be. I
Doesn't
could be
look
wrong.
like it's that long. But anyways, we'll look into it.
This might be another one, but
So,
it looks like that one. If it's not,
He's
the one
definitely
I'm talking
creative. The man is
Yeah.
definitely creative. And we'll give him a Creative 7 prize one of these days.
About. Yeah, that's
If
wow.
we bump into him or not.
That's pretty awesome.
All right, so next story is about a car. Okay.
A car.
So yeah, they've redesigned the old Love Bus, you know, the
Yes.
the VW one.
Yes.
They've redesigned it. But it's been redesigned for a while, but apparently now it's going to be coming out in next year, so
It's
in
making an
2022.
appearance again.
It's actually making an appearance. So, let's go check it out. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh wow.
So
Our
they kept
daughter
it.
loves this.
I don't know if she's gonna love this one. I know she loves the old one. So, you know, we all know the iconic one. So they decided to bring it back, but as an electric car. So you know,
Awesome.
and now it's called ID.BUZZ.
I like it.
I don't know about the name, but fine.
I never remember names.
So they
anyways.
kept kind of the concept of the old car. And they threw in some batteries and some really good looking. Look at this. This looks so futuristic.
I love
It's so cool. This is going to be available to us in a year from now. We're living in the damn future, man.
Start
This is
saving.
crazy.
She's gonna want it.
This is so cool. It's so minimalistic on the inside. I guess like Tesla also
Yeah.
did that. They went, you know, they want to go in
Yeah.
a minimalism kind
You'll
of
invest
spirit.
in one of these.
I might. I've been listen, not for anything. I've been looking at cars that are electric
Yeah.
because I feel like we as a species we need to start looking out for this planet. I know they're out going and trying to get to Mars and doing all this stuff, but we should take care of the planet
Of
we
this
have.
one. Yeah.
And if we all do our little part, you know, that would be great. But
We'll be fine.
I do have to say they're still
It's really
expensive,
cool.
man, and it's hard for you to
Yeah, it is.
go out and spend like I wouldn't say double of the money, but quite a bit more, right?
I
And it's
have an
hard.
issue with this. Like, how do you drive this one? It's
Well, it's kind of like it's a weird. They're
Concept?
trying to innovate the wheel concept because here's the thing. It's apparently fully automated as well. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
click the little button there in the middle, it drives itself.
okay. Then I want.
So
one
they're
too.
going more towards the automation part
Yeah.
of the driving experience than the
More
actual.
so
This is
than
not.
the-
You're not supposed to be racing with this or
That's
anything
what
like
I'm
that.
saying. Like, how would you? Yeah.
But you can still. I mean, it all depends on how you you drive this. This is not supposed to be like a racing car, right? So I actually grabbed a video. I went looking for a video of it, and I'll play a little bit of it. Oh
It drives itself.
no, I think we're. I'm just trying to see what's going on here because of the sound
Yeah.
not being.
This is so cool.
It's not
though.
coming through. It's
I
not.
think I want one for me.
Oh, there you
Anything
go.
that does not require me to drive
Let's see if we
or
can.
park, for that matter.
Let's see if we can get it.
in your individual lifestyle.
Yeah, but we don't have to listen to the guy. So if we watch the video, the cool thing here is how they've made it. So this was actually this came out in January
Yeah.
2017. So this has been out for a while. But this was, I guess, the prototype at the time, and now it's coming out. It's coming out next year. So that's where the batteries go, all at the bottom. And then, so this video is cool because it showcases all of the capabilities of this car. And so it can do up to close to 270 miles,
Yeah.
which isn't bad. I mean, if you're going to be using this in
More
a
than
city
enough.
or just for, you know,
Yeah.
obviously, if you're going to be driving this in long
On the
road trips,
highway,
it
I
might
guess, but-
become an issue. Or not.
No.
I mean, in a few years, there might be a lot more stations that you can charge your car, and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I love the way that they've tried to maximize the window aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it feels pretty open when you're. We'll see it soon. You'll see it from the inside. So on this part, they're actually showcasing how it can read everything that's around it. It basically drives itself, which is pretty cool.
I love that.
And so there's all these sensors and all this tech that's going on there. It's pretty cool. I'm going to try to fast forward a little bit to see if we can get to the part where, see, it charges wirelessly, which it doesn't explain how that works. And now I have to go look into it because I literally watched this before we came on air, and I'm like, how does that work? So I don't know if it's the car goes on top of like a pad or something, and then it just charges that way. I don't know, but it's pretty cool, man. I have to say, it's.
I kind of want one too.
I know we all want one. I just don't know the price tag, man. I don't know the price tag.
I didn't want to ask, so you don't know it.
I don't know the price tag yet. I don't know, but it's a nice car. I thought I would bring it in because it is a cool design to it, and that.
It really is. I really.
So
like
going
it.
from cool to scary. How about that? Because now we're going to go into the weird, funky, crazy.
How scary
news.
are we talking about here?
Well, let's say the little girl in this video, she got pretty scared. 6 years old in Hawaii.
Fleeing from shark.
There was a shark. She was playing right there in the water. She wasn't like far away.
Too far into the sea.
I mean,
right?
this is a 6-year-old. So we're looking at what? That's 2 feet, 3 feet
Something
of water?
like that, yeah.
Yeah. So
how close did they get? I didn't know they could get that close to the
well,
coast.
apparently they do. Look at that.
Oh,
So she's
wow.
playing there and, a shark. And she sees it and she goes, God damn, let me get out of here. And the mom was recording this. So mom had her phone out, just recording
doing a
her
video
daughter, doing a video of her daughter playing in the water, right? And apparently she didn't even notice the shark because she was far away, right?
Yeah.
So she was recording. She sees the girl come back screaming back, and she's like, "What's going on?" And she's like, "There was a shark. There was a shark." And then they went to go see the footage, and that's when they saw the shark. That's insane. She got really lucky. Thank God nothing happened. But it's scary,
And
man.
there were a lot of people
There were more
around,
people. Like,
yeah.
what's surprising is that there's a couple right over there. So what happened to them? Is this story going to have part 2 to it? I don't know.
Did the shark get scared?
I don't
with
know.
her screaming?
I don't know. But
Oh my
it was
God.
that was kind of crazy. So let's move on to something else.
And this is why I'm always afraid to go too far into the sea.
Yeah. So
Ocean,
let's go into
whatever.
the wine. So do you wanna?
Okay, better.
Do you want a glass of wine?
Does that say $1 million?
I don't know how much it'll be.
I
a
don't
glass.
need to get my glasses, do I?
I don't know how much it'll be a glass, but I'm guessing it's gonna be expensive. Take somebody on a date.
Wine aged in space. What?
I don't know, dude. It's aged in space, so it went to space and it came back.
Why?
So it's a Petrus
what's
wine
what's
that's
different
spent
about
nearly
space? No oxygen?
440 days against aging aboard the International Space Station. It's now being
I'm
sold.
What's
Well,
different
somebody,
about it?
okay, somebody thought it would be a good idea to take a bottle of wine, say that it's been there for 400 days, and say, "Oh, it's been there for over a year. It's going to be worth $1 million because it was there." I don't think it makes any sense to me.
It makes no sense to me at all.
So it's one of a dozen bottles of wine that were launched into orbit in 2019.
So each one of these 12 bottles is going for $1 million?
I'm guessing so. They only put one out for now. So a bottle of wine that's spent the time in space was compared. Blah, 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 blah. The aromatics were more floral and more smoky. The things that would happen anyways as it gets older. So there's no difference. Is that what I'm getting?
They were just speeding up the process, right? Right?
Not even. Yeah. So I don't understand, man.
I'm a bit confused.
I'm also very confused.
I'm not a wine connoisseur.
I think, we're living now in a society, and this kind of goes back to the NFTs that we spoke about a couple of shows ago, about people are now just concerned about showing off. Like, look at me, I have a bottle that was in space.
Yeah, but it's
I bought it for $1 million. And honestly, I can go buy that same bottle, not the same one, but exactly the same wine bottle somewhere else, and I don't know, for $100 or whatever it was. And who's to say that wasn't in space? How can you actually confirm? Because they're not giving you, other than saying, they bought, like they're saying it. We don't know. Was it? I don't know.
This is crazy.
Probably there might be proof, but man.
Damn, sell a bottle of this, buy a house in Toronto.
Almost a house in Toronto.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I don't know about this whole, we're getting into a crazy age. That's my bottom line. I think we're getting into very, very, like.
This is ridiculous. And funny enough, because I always say history repeats itself. And after the Roaring 20s, after a pandemic in 1920s, we had the Roaring 20s and then the Big Depression. And I don't understand economics, but it all came to be because of the crash, right? And everything was overpriced, and things that they thought had a lot of value didn't have. I'm beginning to think, are we sort of making the same mistakes, but just with different items and a different approach?
I think so. I think people are just spending money left and right. People who have a lot of money are just, what am I going to do now? Like, let me spend it in flex that I have, look at that bottle. Like, are you going to... I wouldn't drink that.
No, I mean, see, because
if I paid $1 million for a bottle, would I drink that? No. I know there's nothing. Even they say it in the article. There's nothing different
for it. Like the only difference is that this is not the stocks. You're not putting money in the stocks, but
and you might have a document.
Of the same stuff.
And you might have a document saying that this was in space for 440 days.
Okay.
Okay, but we're not done with the crazy stuff. We got one more story for you. One more story for you. So we've got a friend of ours, a Quebec man. I don't know if he's a man, but he's a big...
Guinness record with 44-hour video game marathon.
I think it's a little child stuck in a man's body. Why would you play 44 hours straight? I mean, this is kind of...
Are they allowed to go to the bathroom?
Well, let's read the article, shall we?
I'm always concerned about things like this. Because, I mean, for 44 hours...
Oh, and he was playing World of Warcraft. That thing is still around. Jeez, people still love that, eh? That's crazy.
Wow.
So he went for 40... It said back there, hold on. 44 hours and 44 minutes and 44 seconds. The man's got a sense of humor.
It was supposed to be 34 hours, but then it says there, see, they discovered someone else was trying to break the same record.
Yeah, so somebody else was. So they kept on going, and he did the 44 hours. Oh, my God, another one that I feel so... What, so that you can have a plaque saying that you did something?
I still have the same question. Are they allowed to go to the bathroom? Or, like, are they on diapers?
I don't know. I'm guessing that they're allowed to go, and for how long? I don't know how the rules are, because the article obviously doesn't say anything. It does say that he goes, to stay awake, I just ate healthy. I tried to have people always talking to me, always active on the chat, and
ad breaks.
Ad breaks. Oh, so there were breaks. So how did that work? Do they stop the counter?
But then probably. But then the breaks are probably just like a minute break, or
it has to be just something really quick, right?
Otherwise, how would you? But that is crazy.
Yeah. Well, there's the guy. I mean, we can.
Which one? That one? The one with the glass? This
one?
No.
No. I believe it's. Well, I'm not sure. Let me see. Let me fast forward a little bit.
That is crazy.
I think it was this dude.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like a guy that would want to break the record. They both have goatees. I don't know.
It is quite.
They look very similar. Well, one's got here.
I would go crazy.
Yeah, not for me, man.
No way.
Not for me.
I don't think most kids that are actually gamers would be able to do
All right, so it's time for us to do the logo of the week.
All right.
Yes, indeed.
Bring it on.
So today I bring you England football. Yes, indeed. So they changed it quite a bit, and they brought it as the three lions. So there was this video. What I find interesting is that this video goes on for quite a while, and that's the old logo. So the old logo keeps showing up on everything. So it was, you know, the lions were there.
Yeah.
They were blue. It had a couple of fancy things going on them. And they go on. It's like a video about football and about how it's like you need to, you know, love football and bring people together and all of that. And then it gets towards the end. They show more people, and then they show more soccer. And then it shows this, and then it goes into the new logo. And then, but did you see how fast that was?
It was very fast.
Like, what the hell, man? I want
should
to
have
see
spent
more.
more time on that.
Anyways, here it is.
Yeah.
We'll stop the frame a little bit. There's been a bit of heat. I was looking at the stories that came out about this, and as usual, as per the usual, people are divided. Some people say it's good. Some people hate it. It wasn't broken. Don't fix it.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I think it's well balanced. I think they still want to get the essence of the old one, which had the three lions, and they modernized it and they made it all one color. So now it's very easy to use.
It doesn't bother me at all. Yeah.
I like it. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I think they did a good job. I like to see it in you know, in reverse here with white and the red background. I think it looks good. I don't know. All these people, there's always the haters. You know, we're living in such a...
You have to be used to that. No matter what you do, no matter what angle you take, no matter how innocent whatever it is that you do is,
right?
There is always someone who has an issue or tries to find an issue. Misery likes company. That's what I always say.
People, relax.
You know? Yeah.
Just relax, man.
I just don't waste time with them.
It's okay. It's okay to have an opinion.
Listen, I don't pay attention.
I agree. You can have an opinion. I get that, but
there is opinion and there's being offensive, and they're beginning the offensive part is beginning to be a
the
bit
cancel
more,
culture, man.
Yeah,
it's here to
more
stay.
Noticeable. That it's okay to agree to disagree. It's okay to have an opinion, but it's not okay to insult someone who does not share your opinion, or it's not okay for you to have to be against something, because most of the times you go against something you like, but you just have to go against it. That's what I'm having, you know, but whatever.
It's people, man. It's people. What are we going to do? It's people. But listen, it is time for your favorite segment of the show.
Are we playing a game?
We're playing a game.
Already. What is it today?
Did you see that? Did you like that? Is that cool? I know it was good. That was good. Which is weird is the fact that we can't hear the sound of that clip.
Yeah.
And I can't understand why. Try to figure this out.
We see the visual.
Whatever. I know that when it comes out with the sound, so that's what matters. You guys are listening to the sound, and that's what matters. So this is it's called the Bézier game. So this is a very, I'm gonna say, a very graphic designer oriented game. If you want to, let me just put the actual thing up. So this is essentially what you do in Illustrator. Okay, you click a point, and then you gotta click another point, and the lines in between, and then you can, you know.
Okay.
So the way it works is you gotta click on there. See. If you just flip it around, see what it does? It just creates those little wings. So you don't want to do that. You want to create the next one. And it worked. And then you create the next one. And it worked. So that was pretty easy. Right? And you have certain moves. So
you can't go crazy with a mouse? Is that what you're saying?
No, you got to go there. See, the line has to be perfect. So listen, when it's straight lines, this is not a problem. It's gonna be easy for you, and you got to do it within the number of moves.
Probably not do.
Oh yeah. So now, so this is the tutorial. Okay. So it tells you, it's showing you. Okay, you got to go there, but then you got to click and stretch. I mean, for you guys that do design, you know about this. Oh, see, I didn't even do that properly. See, it's not easy. See, poop, got it. No, gee, it's not easy, man. I'm just gonna follow exactly that. No, why is it not doing it? Oh my God, I'm failing miserably. See, it's kind of weird. Oh, got that one. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. Oh, got that one. See?
That would drive me crazy.
I know. This is the one that I want you guys to go crazy with, you know?
That would definitely drive me crazy.
So it's a game if you want to be frustrated for a little bit. It's a game.
I would rather play the mindless games I play.
So look at this one now.
Oh my Lord, no way.
So you got to click there, and now you got to figure it out. And then you have to hit the Alt button. So that, oh no, the Control button. Which one is it? Control, I think it's Control. Nope.
That is crazy.
Option. Oh my God, it's one of them. I don't know which one it is.
Just press all of them.
Nope, not that one, not that one, not that one. It's one of them. I don't know. I don't know which one it is. I'm failing miserably.
Still, this would definitely drive me
you know what?
crazy.
You
got it though.
Oh, no, I didn't, because now if I go up, see what happens?
Oh, okay.
You need to be able to twist the thing.
Oh, wow.
It took me a good 5 minutes to figure out the logistics of this thing. And even now that I moved to my laptop, I can't get it to work. I think you need to... the reason why I was using the wrong keyboard.
You always do that.
I know. So you go like that, and then it's Option. And then you see you can move that upwards.
Okay.
And now but I failed miserably in that first one. So it's hard, man. It's hard. I'm a designer, and this is hard.
This is crazy.
Because the line has to stay within that little groove there, right? So it's hard to keep it together.
This reminds me of that game I think we still have it, the old one for the Wii. It was the Wii Fitness, you remember? And there was a balance game there that you couldn't move too much.
Oh, it's terrible with that.
And this is the same, like, because the line had to stay within
it's
that
too
section.
Much.
It's
a game. I don't know if it's going to be fun for you or not, but it's a design game, and I wanted to bring one in. So this is what I found for this week. And if you don't like it, man... We'll have a better one next week for sure.
This one would drive
This one is hard.
crazy.
It's not that it's a bad one. It's just hard to do. You need to be very, very precise.
But let me say something really positive about it. If you are studying design, this is perfect.
Well, yeah, because now you learn how to work with Illustrator. Essentially, if you can do these, all of them, you're good to go into Illustrator and start illustrating there because you'll be a pro. Not a problem.
It's the discipline that you get out of it, right?
100%.
So there you go.
All right, let's move on to the YouTube channel, shall we?
Let's go.
So we're going to talk about, speaking of designers, we're going to talk about a designer. So his name is James Victore. And I've been following him for a little while. He's an older gentleman, and I like to hear his experience. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yes, of course.
You know,
experiences.
He tells it as it is, and I love it. And probably because I kind of feel the same way. Like a lot of the videos when he's talking, he's grabbing some experience that he's
got
gone
wisdom
through
behind the knowledge.
Exactly, he's gone through it.
Yeah.
And I think if you're into design, if you're into graphic design and all of that, he's got some really good nuggets in all of his videos.
Yeah.
A lot of he goes through how to do certain things. I like it. I like his style, and that's why I wanted to bring this in. He calls himself an artist, an activist, an author, and a fire starter who teaches creatives how to illustrate the
illuminate.
Illuminate. Yeah. See, I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really see. It's far away. It's far away. But anyways, what I like, he calls himself a part Darth Vader, part Yoda, which I like the reference.
That's
Love it.
Very cool. Actually.
But going back to his page, it's it's not a huge page in terms of followers yet. 14,000 in terms of people who do this consistently like he does. It's not but I find like, unfortunately, people who give out good information, who put out good stuff,
Takes them longer.
They just don't get that love, and I don't understand why. People always gravitate to whoever already has a ton of views, a ton of followers, or that does stupid stuff, and that's what pisses me off even more.
Something about the culture we are in. So it goes back to people having an issue with anything and everything, with having to always look at a negative angle, and then people are surprised that everyone is sad and down. Well, yeah, because there's no positivity surrounding you and the way you think and the way you are. I value knowledge. For me, I would look at this, not follow someone who has a million. Okay, why do you? Oh, because he has a million followers.
But here's my debate, and I'm going to kind of contradict my initial thing. But I understand that there is a entertaining factor. And there's also I guess in this case, a creative and a knowledge factor, right? For a lot of people, I believe that YouTube, TikTok, anything to do with video, I think that has a tendency of going more towards the entertaining side. I think people now utilize these platforms to be able to entertain themselves for a little bit, right? And that's why you see the discrepancy in the numbers. Because
has to be.
Let's say, if you think about it, if you have about 75-80% of people that are coming into YouTube, they just want to be entertained, man. They don't want to be in class. They've already been in class for 8 hours of the day, looking at a screen. Now, if they're going to look at anything, they want to be entertained. So the amount of people that are actually going onto YouTube to get some knowledge, it's going to be, the percentage is going to be very low. So essentially what I'm saying is that if you have a channel that is going to be more informative or more professional, I guess, in a certain way, whatever, that's not going to fall into the entertaining section, right? People want to be entertained. There has been mixes now out there. There's a lot of creators that they are good creators, but they entertain more. And I find that they're doing what I've been noticing is that they might say, let's say as an example, a 10-minute video. I've seen this a lot lately. They might say, I'm reviewing this mouse, right? That's the technical aspect of the video. In a 10-minute video, right? They'll go from the first minute up until minute 8, just screwing around, joking around, playing around, being entertaining, right? And only at the 8th minute, they're going to talk about the mouse.
I see.
And they just talk a little bit about it, and then they finish it off with the entertainment again. They figured it out. People want to be entertained before they want to get that.
Yeah.
Most people, I'm saying most people, right?
Yeah, no, that's,
For me, if I'm looking for information about this mouse, if I look at that person's video and they're just screwing around and just jumping around and doing all, I'm going to click away. Or I'm going to try to slide forward and see where this mouse image is going to show up, and I'll stop there to watch it. Because I'm going in with the purpose of getting myself some information. Most people are following that individual for the entertainment value.
Yeah.
So it's such a flippy-floppy, wishy-washy, is that what they say? Wishy-washy kind of thing that we're playing here in terms of YouTube, that it gets hard.
We have the growing photographer with us, if you remember him.
Oh, who is this young gentleman? I do not know who
And
he
he
is.
says Peter McKinnon does that all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, well, Peter McKinnon was one of the people I was thinking of, and his friend Hapoya is also doing the same thing. And I've noticed that now it's become a trend. So it's like when one starts, the other ones start doing the same thing. So is it bad? Is it wrong? Well, these people live from that's their revenue, right? That's where they get their money. That's their job. So it makes sense that they want to entertain, because that's where they're getting more people versus explaining stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey, I respect
I
both.
say do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Do what feels good for you.
I respect both.
If I was to be entertaining, I could do a million different other things, but I decided to do a more informative video. That's probably why we have 3 people watching.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. You know what I mean? You have to make that choice for yourself, and you got to live with that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in my point of view, listen, I'm 44. I really don't care about being a YouTube star. It's not my thing. You know what I mean? So I'd rather put out some information, something that I'm going to be proud of looking back in, being able to look at the videos and say, oh, look at that. You know, I was able to talk about this, and this, and we discussed the other thing. Rather than me going crazy on a skateboard or on a jet ski or whatever. Going crazy. I still love doing that. I just don't feel like I want to put that out to the world. You know what I mean? That's not me per se. I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. Everybody does their own thing.
And it's okay. Again.
And it's fine. Yeah,
it's
okay.
Fine. I just, for me, it's not, I always go with an angle of learning. Yes.
I'm going for the podcast.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing?
All right, podcast time. I'm going to click on the little button here. Ooh, that was a big
loud.
sound effect going on there. Every little thing. I found this podcast a couple of weeks ago.
She does. It's magic.
And and I found it so interesting. This is what it has nothing to do with design.
And with the song I just referred to.
And nothing to do with her song.
Nothing with the police.
Do you want to just tune off of your graphic design day, of your videography day, of your crazy day or week? This is a good podcast to listen to.
Why do we cry? That's a good question.
So it's a podcast that answers questions that are a little bit on the weird side.
Did cavemen really carry clubs?
Yeah.
I like that.
Can swearing make you stronger?
Oh, wow.
Questions like this. So they have like an actual phone number that people, or email, that you can just contact them and ask the questions that pop into your head when you're having a shower. And you go, hey, how does this work? What is that? Could that work? And you send it in, and they actually dig into the subject, but they don't just joke around.
Wow.
They'll go talk to scientists. They'll go talk to professors. They'll go talk to whoever they need to talk to get them.
So they actually put a lot of work into
They actually
this.
put a lot of work to this stuff, which makes it very interesting. So I found myself I had to drive a little bit this week, and I was listening to it, and I found myself entertained. So I thought I would bring it in.
Awesome.
Hope you guys like it.
I'm actually going to check it out. See?
Yeah.
This stuff I like.
Well, this is let's not think about work. Let's not think about the world. Like, this is just pure entertainment.
But this is what
it's you just escape a little bit.
But there you go. It ties with what we were saying. If I go on YouTube to look for something, I don't want to be entertained. I want to find what I'm looking for. If I want to be entertained, then that's what I'm doing. It's my me time. And this is what it does it for me, right? And I like the title.
Every little thing. Anyways.
That's why I thought of the song. Can tell I'm an 80s person.
80s runs in
my
the
veins. It runs in my veins.
I mean, we're 70s people. We're old.
So, okay, we were born in the 70s, but growing up and what really shaped us was really the 80s. At least for me, it was the 80s.
Yeah, right? So, but here's the question, though. So, if you're born in the 70s and raised in the 80s, are we 70s kids or are we 80s kids? What's the rule around here? Do you guys know what the rule is?
Biologically, we're 70s because we were born in the 70s, right? But what made you, I don't recall my life in the 70s. I was a baby, a toddler, So what I remember is going to school, and that was in 1980. That's when I went to grade 1.
Damn.
And
that was a while ago,
no
kids.
Kidding. And it was the 80s it was during the 80s that discovered my passion for reading and the books that I was reading at the time. TV shows, there weren't many around for me, but iconic ones, movies. Back to the Future will always be my favorite movie. It was in the 80s
that's what I mean.
discovered
I think
music, and I fell in love with you too.
Every generation identifies
So-
most of the times with not with the
Yeah.
decade that they were born in, like
I think it's what shapes you as a
Yeah.
child / teenager.
where you
Yeah.
when you were raised, and
Yeah.
for us it was the 80s and 90s,
Yeah,
right? The
early
80s and the
90s,
90s.
yeah.
I mean, 90s we were the crazy teenagers at the time. And
So Michael is saying, what decade were you when you were 5? That's it. That was the beginning of the 1980s.
yeah,
right?
so that was the 80s.
So that's it. That's why I'm like I remember some
everything.
weird
I mean,
things, but 70s
from
for
music
me,
to movies to everything.
movies, books, really anything. It really shaped.
Yeah, we're old.
It really, but I have to say, it was a very rich decade when it comes. Weird, yeah. I'm not the
very
I'm the
weird.
first one to say it, but extremely rich, and I see it now, and I have been seeing it for a very long time. A lot of the stuff is going back
It's coming
to
back.
the
A
80s,
lot of stuff is
right?
coming back. Yeah.
So
You know,
yeah,
I'm always
there you
joking
go.
around about age and about all of that, and you know this. Age is not a thing for me,
No, doesn't bother me at all. But that's.
but I like joking about it. But you know, I'm so in a way. See, there's two sides to this question that I'm gonna put out. I'm very proud that and happy that I was able to live through a time pre-internet,
Yeah, me too.
because I was able to see it grow, to grow with it, to see the
Yeah.
changes, to deal with the to go into the internet, to insert that AOL disk to get some internet, to charge your phone for 2 hours and have to charge it again for another 2 hours
And it was a
because it was a brick. I love the fact that I was able to grow
Yeah, we went
with
through it
all
all.
of that and understand all of that, to see all the changes happening. I love to see where we are at right now.
Me too. It's
But then
so
there's
good.
the other flip side, and this is the only thing about getting older is like, man, I'm not gonna be around to see what else is coming in. You know what I mean? Yeah, I hope I'm gonna be around for another 100 years, but what else is going to be there, right? Because now, if you think about it, technology has been advancing at such a crazy speed. I mean, what's gonna happen in 10, 20? I mean, we'll still be around for that, but imagine in 50 years from now,
Yeah,
it's gonna be insane, man.
Karina says you're aging yourself. So,
I know.
but I was actually.
I'm like port wine, though.
I was
like
actually.
the
I was laughing more at Michael because he goes, "The return of the fanny pack." It's true, and not only the skinny jeans. The skinny jeans were a big.
Oh, but
thing
now
in
there's
the
a thing.
80s,
Now there's a
right?
thing
Ripped
going on.
jeans.
Hold on. Now there's a thing going on with moms like in their 30s
Yeah.
that wear skinny jeans, and now TikTok has kind of grabbed that, and they're saying that you shouldn't be wearing that, otherwise you're dating yourself and stuff like that.
Well, then I am because I
don't
love
know.
them.
I love my skinny jeans.
I love skinny jeans, but again, I grew up with them in the 80s, and so I don't know. Like for me, and speaking of seeing how the technology grew up, I told you that the story that marked me the most, and I always refer to it, was being in my first year of university, and in my French language class, and the
Pay attention, kids. This is a good
and
story.
the professor walks in, and we used to have this specific class was all grammar in French, so a lot of writing.
So much fun.
Yeah, for me it was. I loved it, but yeah, a lot of writing, a lot of rules, a lot of stuff like that. And so until that moment, they had a program. I went to Glendon campus, York University, and they had a program with another French campus from U of T. And so the program was because Glendon is a French campus that has the connection to Paris and all of that. Most of the other campus wanted to have the pen pal programs with us, and so they would exchange letters. And I remember sitting, this was like a month or two into the year, and I remember sitting in the class, and the professor, this tiny professor, walks in and says, there's this thing called email that we are going to try. So our pen pal project, we are continue our exchanging letters and stuff with the other students of French, but through this electronic mail device.
And you use a computer?
Yeah, and
oh my God!
And it was the only time this woman spoke in English. That was the thing. You couldn't speak English in the class. But she was so mesmerized. But I don't think she even knew the term in French yet.
It is email?
No, it's un courriel.
Is it what?
Un courriel.
Gesundheit.
So it was the only time she spoke English in the class to tell us that there was this thing called email. And I kid you not,
That's crazy.
Headaches we had during the year with that assignment, I was like, I'd rather write a 10-page essay.
Yeah, but you know what? I feel like
this was 93.
I know. I feel like we're dating ourselves here, but at the same time, I'm so happy that we were able to go through all of that stuff, all of these experiences,
awesome, right?
and see all of these technologies evolve, and then coming with softwares and all of this tech that we have. I mean, let's just stop for a second and just look around. People had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars back in the day to be able to have a TV show, because the cameras were huge.
Yes, everything was
expensive.
Crazy.
They needed the studio. They needed a network. They needed the satellite to send the signal. Blah, blah, blah. We're doing this from a little camera and our computers, and boom, we're all over the world, right? Yeah. It's crazy, man. Like, to think about what was done before and how it was done before. I mean, I still remember smoke signals.
No wonder Karina says you're aging yourself. And Michael, 125, he wishes.
Smoke signals, those were the days. Smoke signals were it, man.
Oh, my.
All right, that was it. We're going to shut this one off, and we'll be back next Friday at 7 for all the creative 7 stuff and design and all of that. So stay tuned. We'll be back. Yep. And in the meantime, if you are Portuguese and watching this and you're Portuguese and you're wondering what the hell are they doing in Portuguese, go over to our Facebook feed and you'll figure it out. It's there. It's.
But we also have a YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, we started it today.
Yes, we did.
Because that's what we do. I started the.
You did. I've been so busy
Instagram,
this week that it's like.
And then I said, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do this YouTube thing. Bam, boom, done. Boom, done. All right, guys, we're going to go eat some dinner.
Yes.
You take care. All right.
See you in the next one.
I'm going to try to click on this little thing just to say goodbye. Where is it? I can't find it. Oh, my God. Is it the outro? No, the outro doesn't work there. Yeah, let's see here. Oh, it is. It is. Bye-bye. See ya.